he says it is in giving that we receive. So the heart is the place from which we give. When we give, we are entitled to receive. Okay? So when you smile, then it's really difficult to think badly about somebody. So let's do that right now. Just close your eyes, connect your tongue to the palate, and just smile. You may tell me, oh, I have so many problems, I cannot smile right now. Okay, just try and smile. Because if you get that smile on your face, then I can assure you, your heart will open up. Just smile, just think of something. I mean, it started to rain, the monsoon is here. You know, anything that makes you smile will work. So in Master Cho's books, The Spiritual Essence of Man, he basically talks about thy kingdom come. Now, some of us who have been to schools where we have said the Lord's Prayer many, many, many times in our life, there is a line where it says, thy kingdom come. Okay? There is also a concept of inheriting the kingdom. What is the kingdom? What is this kingdom that we're trying to inherit? This kingdom is the heart. Because if you have somebody's heart and you have somebody's well wishes in your heart and they have well wishes for you, that itself is a super prosperity technique. Now, in the Twin Hearts meditation, we bless the earth, right? We raise our hands like this and we bless the earth. The purpose of blessing the earth is the law of karma. The more you give, the more you receive. Now, this particular session is also about how to use some of these techniques to handle financial issues. So let's say, for example, you have a receivable or you have a client who you want to work with and you are about to call them, or there's a proposal that you have prepared. So some of us have to prepare proposals for our business, right? I mean, we have a quotation or we prepare a proposal before we send it to the client. What I would like you to do is to raise your hands like this in blessing position, smile, inhale slowly, exhale slowly. And those of us who have done Twin Hearts, we already know what is the color that comes out of the heart. It's pink. So bless your proposal with pink. Bless it with pink. Inhale slowly. So for right now, if you don't have a proposal in front of you, that's fine. There must be an important client or someone who you work with. So just bless that person. Inhale slowly. Exhale, project pink energy to that person, to that proposal. Inhale again, inhale slowly. Project pink energy to the proposal, to the client. Inhale slowly. Project pink energy to your client. Now, for those of us who have done basic pranic healing and we know how to scan, please scan the energy before and after you bless the client. Scan the energy of that proposal or the wealth, or what should I say, the prosperity energy of that particular relationship. Just scan it once. Those who have done basic pranic healing. Those who have not, you can take it once we open the center, which is hopefully soon. Okay, so now this particular technique, I know you may think that these are so simple, you know, how does this really work? So I can tell you that when I came back to India in 2000 and I was introduced to this meditation in 2004, I didn't believe it at all. All I can tell you is that it has worked. It has worked beautifully for me through many large parts of my life. And so therefore, that is why we decided that we're going to share this particular session, which is techniques in Twin Hearts for financial improvement. Okay. Now, the other thing you can do is you can do this for a really long time. If you have a client who you've upset and you really need that client back, 10-15 minutes, just open your heart and bless them. Just bless them. It's as simple as that. You know, it's much easier than spending 3 hours talking to this one and that one and talking to the whole planet about it. You know, we'll call our best friend in business, we'll call our best friend at home, we'll talk to our parents, we'll talk to our children, we'll talk to everybody. But we won't sit down and do 10 minutes of blessing. That is us, unfortunately. Me too, okay? I'm not just lecturing you guys. This lecture is also for me. So sometimes it's a good idea to just sit down, bless. Some people called me saying that, you know, our employers haven't paid. Guess what? Your employers haven't been paid either. You know, they haven't received their revenues from their clients either. So everybody needs a little bit of blessing, right? So we need to get the cycle started. Now you may say, why should I do it? Well, somebody's got to start. and whoever starts the cycle is going to be the biggest recipients, because if you start the cycle, you're the one who's going to receive it first. Okay, so again, you open your heart and you bless everybody. Now, another slightly technical thing is that the heart chakra contains what's called the thymus gland. The thymus gland is a place where a cells called T lymphocytes. Now, we are pranic healers, right? So we can't just talk about spirituality. We also have to talk about the practical aspect. So T lymphocytes are cells which are responsible for the immunity of our body. Now, in the heart is where the T lymphocytes receive training about what is to remain in the body and what is not to remain in the body. So these are special cells called T lymphocytes. They're found in the heart. They are trained in the heart. So guess what? What's happening in your heart is really important. The thymus gland is also the one responsible for growth in children. So when children are starting to grow, guess what? It's the thymus gland that's important. And for those of us who have seen, pictures of Lord Vishnu, yes, he is called the Palankarta in Hindu mythology. So he is the preserver, right? And his wife, just FYI, is the goddess Lakshmi. Now the goddess Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. Where do you think she lives? She lives with Vishnu. Where does Vishnu live? Vishnu lives in the heart. Why the heart? Because the heart is basically the place from which we provide for others. So a mother's love for her child, the heart. Lovers, heart. Parent-child relationship, heart. Everything relating to love comes from the heart. So if your heart is clean and your heart is open, it really does some really wonderful things. So if you're looking for Lakshmi, guess what? You have to practice the teachings of Vishnu, which is to provide, which is to give. Which brings me to another important topic that we talked about some time ago, which is tithing. So tithing, again, is a way of, changing the cycle. So some people tell me, we don't have enough money, we can't tithe. To those people, I tell them, if you have nothing to plant in the ground, I don't know where the crops are going to come from. You have to plant. You can't have a rice harvest without planting rice. You can't have a mango harvest unless you plant a mango. So you have to learn to tithe. You have to tithe 10% of your net income or your salary, to the extent where I remember, and please forgive me if I'm making a mistake. I remember that Master Chow was totally against anybody taking loans, but he said if you really are in a bad financial situation, take a loan and tithe. Tithe is basically giving a donation to a charity, giving a donation to someone who really needs the money. That's tithing. Okay. So that was the heart. So we've covered 3 techniques. One is prayer, which is you invoke, you say, thank you, God, for whatever you want. Number 2 is connecting the tongue to the palate. Now remember, when you're angry, connecting tongue to the palate is a really good technique because it means you're going to be quiet. It also means you're not going to say anything that you're not supposed to say right then. Okay. And plus, what happens is when you connect your tongue to the palate, the crown opens up and energy begins to flow. Divine energy will flow. Your intuition will become very sharp. So when your intuition becomes sharp, it's like you will know what is the right thing to say to this particular client, what is the right thing to say to recover your money, what is the right business to get into. Suppose you're already in a business and you don't see prospects in it given in this COVID situation. Now you need to change. How do you know where to go? Now you can call 15 people, like I said, I'm not saying don't call people, but what I'm saying is that definitely practice the technique for a few minutes, connect the tongue to palate, bless your career, bless your business, and then take a decision. It'll be, it takes a little bit of mental discipline, but it's really super fast compared to calling 15 people. Okay. The next technique is rooting. So rooting is something that we do where we basically connect our feet, the soles of our feet, to the Mother Earth. And the Mother Earth gives us everything, don't you think? Food, clothing, shelter, all comes from Mother Earth, right? So what you need to do is you need to give to Mother Earth. Right now, she needs a lot of blessings. So just connect your tongue to the palate, open your heart, bless Mother Earth, connect yourselves to Mother Earth and give the energy to Mother Earth. Are you giving your energy? No. You're giving energy that has come to you, that is flowing through you. The more this energy flows through you, the more your aura, your chakras get clean. We also call this meditation the good luck meditation. Why? Because when you do the energy shower, it's like everything that is negative in your aura starts to get washed away. And once it starts to get washed away, there is space for new stuff. You know, people who have wallets, and you know, people who stuff a lot of bills in their wallet. Yeah. So the wallet is so thick, yeah, with so many bills. Where is the space for money? Where is the space for currency? It's not there. So one more thing, don't keep bills in your wallet. Don't keep your credit cards in your wallet either. Take your credit cards out. Your credit cards represent loans. Your wallet represents money, wealth. Don't mix the two. Just keep it separate. Have a separate place for your credit cards and your bills, and have a separate, thing to keep your money in. If you keep your bills with your money, guess what? Money doesn't like it. Lakshmi ji, like I said in some of the other sessions, is Lakshmi ji likes to travel, and Lakshmi ji likes a clean place. A place that has dirty bills is not a place where she wants to be. It's just not. So try it. See, again, like I said, these are, most of the techniques of pranic healing is stuff that we suggest that you validate, and unless you validate it, don't accept it, but try it and then let me know. Okay? So giving to Mother Earth. Now, there are a lot of techniques in the Twin Hearts meditation. Now, there is one in the exercise as well. Do you know which one that is? It's a prosperity technique. Anybody? Any guesses? Please type. Please type in the chat if you know.
Super Brain Yoga.
Super Brain Yoga is to balance your chakras, the upper chakras and the lower chakras. The prosperity technique is the 50 squats. The 50 squats help you to activate your lower chakras, to clean the lower chakras. So I remember when I was going through some financial issues, I remember my trainer at that time basically told me, do 200 squats in the morning and do 200 squats in the evening. And you may think, really? So simple? Yeah, it is really so simple. The beauty of Master Chua's techniques is that they're so simple that we sometimes think, big deal. So this brings me to another point. Most of us are aware of these things, but it's one thing to know. It's a completely second thing to remember. So when you're sitting in front of that client, or it's time for you to call the client, are you going to remember the stuff that we've discussed? So that's the second step, is remembering. The third is, are you going to say, okay, let me call him right now, and the next time I'll practice? That's the third step, practicing. And the fourth one is mastering. So till we get to the step of mastering, knowing is not enough. There are so many things that we know. Do we practice? Do we remember to use them when we need to use them? So these are the essential techniques. Also, if you're writing any proposals, for example, or you're doing accounts, it's a really, really, really good idea to connect your tongue to the palate when you're doing accounts, or you're writing a proposal, or you're typing a proposal. What you will find is that a lot of good ideas will come, a lot of right sentences will come to your mind that you can then put into your proposal. Or like in my case, what I do is that I'll connect my tongue to palate, I'll think for a few seconds, and the sentences that come to my mind, I'll actually write them down on a piece of paper, and then I'll call my client. And invariably, I will find that some of those sentences are required in that conversation, which I hadn't thought of before I started this conversation. So again, 5 techniques I'd like you to practice. It's really important to practice them. The blessing one is just amazing. You can also use it to solve relationship problems. Some people have called me saying that, a really good client has not been responding. Bless them, like just really bless them. Bless them, for 10, 15 minutes, and then see if they respond to your phone call. Okay. So those were the basic techniques. Now I'm going to take 2 minutes more and just talk about the various ailments that occur related to prosperity. First is pain. Okay. Some people develop a lot of body pain in arthritis, in skeletal systems. It starts with a certain chakra called the basic chakra. When prosperity is not there, then people start to get resentful. It moves upwards. Then it moves further upwards and people start to get diabetes and they start to take insulin. Then it moves further upwards. Sometimes people develop lung problems. Sometimes people develop heart problems. Then it moves further upwards and it can go all the way up to causing a stroke. So all I'm talking about is the progression of lack of prosperity, which just starts to build up basically from the lower chakras. It goes all the way up to the crown chakra or the brain, where it causes a stroke. This is not a good idea. It's not worth it. It's much, much easier to just solve some of these problems using Twin Hearts meditation. We would encourage you to just do the meditation regularly. You can join us if you like, or you can do it on your own. The techniques, like we said, pray, say thank you, God, tongue to palate, connect your tongue to palate, bless people with your heart, bless people with your crown, root yourself to Mother Earth, okay? And I think that's it. We'll stop here because that's the only amount of time we have. There are a couple of other deeper levels of understanding of the Twin Hearts meditation, which you can perhaps cover on some other day. And of course, there is squatting. So 200 squats in the morning and 200 squats in the evening. Okay, that will help you with your prosperity. And of course, no keeping bills and credit cards in your wallet. Your wallet is separate. Bills and credit cards are separate. Okay, so with that, we will start the Twin Hearts meditation. I think we asked everyone to bring a piece of paper and pen. So just make some quick notes if you'd like to, and then we'll just start the meditation in a minute.
We will be taking a picture.
Picture, okay. Can I request everyone to turn on their cameras so we can just see everyone? Naina, Kajol, Yatish, Jyoti, Sayatani, Sunetra, Kunal, Jyoti, Harsh, Loya, Prabha. Smile. Priya, smile. Okay, we are moving to the second page. Vijayanti, Priyanka, Swati, Rekha ji, Kajol, Pooja, Ved, Amrita, Bala, Meenu, Amrita. Smile, please. Anumita. Thank you. Okay, Kunal, over to you for the meditation. So after the meditation, we have one more thing we want to share, but we'll share that after the meditation. Okay? Kunal, over to you. I'd like you to think of a financial target. Let's bless our financial target. Let's bless everything associated with that target. Let's bless our wallet, our bank account. If it's a company, bless your company, your employer, your client. Bless everything associated with that financial target. Smile at your financial target. Say thank you, God, for helping this target to materialize. I thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you. Let's project a lot of pink energy that has just come in from our heart. Let's bless the financial target with our heart. Let's also bless the financial target with our crown, which generates gold. Bless the target. Be aware of the energy flowing from your heart to your target, from your crown to your target. Now, as you're aware, you have your hands up in blessing position. The reason why we bless our targets with our hands up is because some action is usually required, and that action comes from our heart. It comes from our hand. So if you notice, there is a strong meridian going from one end of the arm, going up, going through the heart, going through the other. So there is a meridian that connects our heart with our hands. Okay, so it's basically when our wishes are kept in our heart that our hands can act on them. So bless your financial target again. Be aware of your financial target. We're going to write these down. If you have several financial targets, that's okay. Bless your wallet, bless your bank account, bless your client, bless your company, bless your employer. Let's also take the time to bless our employees, our co-workers, our helpers. Bless everyone associated with your financial target. Now, it's also important to have health, because otherwise what happens is our money is spent on taking care of health, right? So to prevent that from happening, let's bless our health. If there's a specific health issue that you're having, please bless that part of the body. Project pink to that light part of the body. Project gold to that part of the body. Moving along. Think of one important relationship in your life, which is important in terms of finances. It could be an inheritance from a parent. It could be a receivable from a client. It could be salary from your employer. Whatever it is, bless the person associated with that. So this is finances related to relationships. Bless whoever it is who is responsible for this particular aspect of finance in your life. Send them lots of pink love. Let's send them lots of gold. This will change their energy, especially change their energy towards you, because you are sending the energy. Okay, the last one is a spiritual target. A spiritual target is something which you can use to help improve your finances. It could be meditation. It could be taking a workshop, learning pranic healing. It could be getting pranic healing. I don't know what it is. It could be another school. That's also okay. Just think of a spiritual target and bless your spiritual target. Let's bless our homes, our workplace, our factories, our offices, our employers' offices. Bless everyone who we live with. Now, once again, I want you to recall, please, the financial target, the health target, the relationship target, and the spiritual target. Please put your hands down. Pull out that piece of paper and pen that we had requested you to bring. I request you to write down today's date and write down these 4 targets for today. This is important. It is important to write down your targets. If you have additional targets, that's fine. You can write them too, but make sure you write at least 4 of these. We'll give you 5 minutes to write them down. And then we'll do another technique to help them to come true. If you're done, if you can just type done in the chat box so we know. Well, we'll take 5 minutes. So it's 5 o'clock. So we'll start at 5:05 with the next technique. So some people got disconnected. So I'm just going to repeat the part about the targets. So let's have a financial target. Let's write down the financial target. Also write down the names of the people who are associated with your financial target. Then take a minute to think of your health target. The reason why we should have a health target is because sometimes when people fall sick in the house and a lot of the family's financial wealth goes into the treatment, that is also a form of financial drain. We can't stop it. We will do it. But the point is, why have it in the first place? So bless your health. Think of a health target. Write it down. There's a particular part of your body that needs help. Write it down. Just write, my neck pain is healed. Something like that. Write it in the positive form. Okay? The next is the relationship target. Once again, ruptured relationships can cause a huge financial issue. It can be with a client, it can be with your employer, it can be with your parent, it can be with your child. For example, if your child is just spending a lot of money here, there, or, not respecting what you're giving them, that is also a financial problem, right? Because you can't stop giving your children what they need. But if they're not respecting it, if they're not taking care of it, there's a problem, right? So think of a relationship which is financially draining you at this point and write it down. That's a relationship that we need to work on, that we need to improve to stop the outflow of unnecessary finances. And again, unnecessary, okay? I'm not saying you stop medical treatment for anybody. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. And the final one is the spiritual target. Because, when nothing else works, there's God. Okay, so if you have a spiritual target, if you learn techniques on how to tap into that power, then, you don't need to look back. So one of the things that I tell people very often in my workshops is, we live in, some of us live in Kolkata, and Kolkata is a very humid place. So there's a lot of humidity in the air. So suppose somebody is hungry, is thirsty, and I tell them, there's water in the air, drink it. Can you drink it? Similarly, we tell people there's God everywhere. And then you're thinking, where is this God? Like, why doesn't this God show up when I require help, right? That's because we haven't learned the technique. There is water in the air, water is everywhere. Can you drink it? No, you can't drink it because you don't know how to. You don't know how to get that water out of the air to drink it. It is doable. Condensation is a process, it is doable, but we don't know how to do it, okay? So similarly, God is everywhere, or there is energy everywhere. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. There's energy everywhere, there's nature everywhere, there's bounty everywhere. How do you tap into it? That is where the spiritual target comes in. So just think of a spiritual target. Like I said, it could be a pranic healing workshop, it could be some other spiritual school. That's completely okay. Okay, we in pranic healing believe that every spiritual school has a purpose and every spiritual school is meant for someone, so it's fine. We're cool with it, we're happy. Okay, now I think are most of us done with our wishes? If you can just type done, that way I know that most people are done, so I can continue. Okay, I think some people are still writing. Okay, we'll wait for another two minutes. So write your wishes on a piece of paper, put them in 4 categories: financial, health, relationship, and spiritual. 4 targets, at least. You can have more. So there are 2 reasons why I've asked you to write it down. One is because sometimes we wish and the wishes come true and we forget. So that time we make another mistake, which is we forget to be grateful. We forget to be grateful to God or whoever you believe in for having granted those wishes. So I found scraps of paper, which are from before I entered pranic healing, with wishes written on them. And I'm just realizing how smoothly and how quickly they came true, and I didn't even notice. So now I made it a practice to write my wishes so I can keep track of what I've received. So that's one. The second is for those of us who are pranic healers, I'd like you to scan your wishes. If those of you who are not, that's fine, don't worry about it. This is just an exercise for those who have done pranic healing already. So just scan your wishes. You have a piece of paper in front of you, just scan it. So this tells you how much energy is there in those wishes. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to all close our eyes, or you can keep them open, that's not an issue. For those of you who are still writing, that's fine. The rest of us will just do the exercise. Raise your hands again in blessing position. We're going to do this for about a minute, so it's not going to be very long. Touch your heart gently. Touch your crown gently. Raise your hands in blessing position. Now direct all the energy to your wishes. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. I'm also blessing everybody's wishes, by the way, but do your own also. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Inhale slowly. Be aware of the energy in your crown. Golden energy, beautiful gold energy. Exhale slowly. Inhale slowly. Be aware of the pink energy in your heart. Project the energy to that piece of paper. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. If you are the kind who believes in God, then just say, thank you, God, for making my wishes come true. If you believe in the power of nature, you can say, thank you, Mother Nature, for my wishes to come true. If you believe in yourself, and that is the only thing you believe in, then tell yourself, thank you for doing everything that is necessary to help my wishes come true. Remember, you, the incarnated soul, is a little bit different from your soul. It is the soul that possesses the body, not the other way around. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Okay. Now I want you to scan that piece of paper. For those of you who have done pranic healing, just let me know how much more energy is there. Has it doubled, tripled, not changed at all? I don't know. Anything is possible. How much is it?
Increased,
How much?
almost double.
Almost double. Okay, mine is 3 times, and I've also been blessing everybody else's. So that took about a minute to do. Okay, now you already have your wishes written down. You can join us for Twin Hearts meditation at 4 o'clock. Every day we start at 4, we end at 4:45. We bless our wishes. So this is just a 1-minute exercise to increase the amount of energy in your wishes. They will gradually materialize. And like I said, one more thing that I wanted to share is sometimes when people are blessing, their arms are aching and they're like, oh God, how many times will Master make us bless things? Isn't once enough? So for those of you who are doing that, I am myself a culprit of that. So that's why I know. And I can tell you that this is one of the most important things. When you bless with your hands open, with your heart open, and you really bless, you are not only you're not only blessing the earth, you are cleaning all the meridians in your arms. Okay, the energy is flowing in. This is a healing meditation as well. So the energy is coming in, it's flowing through your arms, and it's going into your arms, and it's going to help you to do the right things. It's really important. The Twin Hearts meditation is such an advanced technique that, honestly, in half an hour, I can't cover all the financial techniques in the Twin Hearts meditation. What do we do? Today we're in the, we're in the service industry. Most of us are providing services. We provide it with our hands. So if our hands are clean, our meridians are clean, guess what? Guess what? So, for those of us who are like, oh, my hands are aching. For those of you who really have a problem in your hands, you can visualize that you are blessing, but don't skip the visualization. Okay? Don't skip the blessing. Don't think, what's the point? I'm one little thing and earth is so big. Don't go there. It's not helpful. Okay, so now we're going to open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions, you can just type them down and we will try and answer them to the best of our our ability. I'm just looking through my notes in the meantime to see if there's something else that I wanted to cover. No? Everyone's happy? Kunal, you're happy? You're thinking. So, one of the beauties of this meditation is that once you do it, you're like, everything is okay in my life. At least for some time, you'll feel that, everything is okay in my life. And then slowly, slowly, it'll just become, your natural state of being where, things are okay. Things are okay in our lives. Okay. Things are good. So write your wishes and you can join us for Twin Hearts Meditation, 4 p.m. Every day on the same ID. And we can bless your wishes. We will continue to bless wishes. So somebody has a question, what is meant by materializing money? I don't know, you tell me what is meant by materializing money. Money coming in your hands is materializing money. Money in your bank account. Money in your thoughts is a good thing, but it's not going to help you buy anything. So it has to come down to the physical level. Now, if you want to go into the metaphysics of money, we can. If you've read books like The Secret or other stuff, then they will all tell you that money is the easiest thing to materialize. Now, for some of us, we think it's the most difficult thing to materialize. So why this contradiction? Why? Why? So as I was trying to explain a little bit earlier before we started the meditation, it is because the chakras get congested. The chakras stop exhaling. So I'm coming back to the topic of, exhalation. So do you know people who have constipation? Or if you know anyone who has constipation, try and observe. Are they also people with financial problems? Because if you don't give, if you don't release, how is God supposed to give you more? How are you going to eat unless your stomach has the space? As your body has to have the space. So you get rid of some stuff. People who have problems with urine incontinence, for example, or not urine, inability to urinate, they have a similar issue. It's because that particular chakra has now gotten affected. Moving up, there is something called the Ming Ming chakra. People tend to have hypertension. These are all related to the finances, and they're all, if you notice, they're all sitting on the spine. So the basic chakra is sitting on the spine. The next chakra that I'm talking about is sitting on the spine. Then have you noticed people who have diabetes or, are taking insulin? Why? Insulin is the sweetness controller of our life, right? It is the hormone that helps moderate sweetness. Why? So when the body can't handle the situation and the person begins to get very unsweet, then you will notice that there will be, there will be insulin problems which are related to a certain chakra. Those who've done pranic healing, you know what I'm talking about. But since this is open to everybody, I'm not mentioning the chakras at this point. Then again, going up, there is the back. This one I can talk about. It's the lungs. So people who have emphysema, they are not able to exhale. So they also have a lot of financial issues because they are not exhaling. So tithing is a form of exhalation. You have to give in order to receive. Again, moving up, there are people with issues in the neck, issues in the brain, often causing a stroke. So what is a stroke? A stroke is the inability to let go. The inability to change is what causes a stroke at the psychosomatic level. So again, these are just stuff that I'm sharing. How many times you can bless the same wishes? Well, it depends on the size of the wish, and it depends on how important that wish is to you. So like I said, what I do is that we have it on a piece of paper. You can just bless your wishes every day. And, at the end of the month or the end of the year, just look at that piece of paper and write another piece of paper. Because, wishes don't stop. And depending on the size that they are, depending on, let's say, for example, somebody has an income of 50,000 rupees and they want an income of 5 lakh rupees. That wish is going to take some time, right? Maybe, I don't know. God willing, maybe it will materialize faster, but I'm just saying. So you have to keep in mind how big the wish is, how long is it going to take to get there. So that's really important. And so, you know, write your wishes, bless your wishes, keep the piece of paper with you when you meditate. Don't think of the wishes during the meditation. Okay, that's one more thing I'd like to add. This is something that you want to do after the meditation, not during the meditation, because the energy you need to give during the meditation. That is the purpose of the meditation. Some people are asking how to do business healing. If you're a pranic healer, then you can send us a message on our numbers and we will share the protocol with you. So you can basically what Sri Ram explained recently. Sri Ram Rajagopal is one of the most senior trainers that we have in India. He's with World Pranic Healing. What he explained is that every function in a business is associated with a certain chakra, because all chakras have a certain type of function. And so based on the type of function they have, we can visualize the business with chakras, and then we can heal the business. So that's how business healing is done. And it's basically you treat the various, for example, let me pick one. So let's say the throat. Okay, so the throat is where we communicate from. The throat chakra is your, if I were to look at it from a business point of view, if I was a business, my throat chakra would be the one handling marketing. There was one time I was doing healing for someone, and I did a process called scanning, which again we teach in pranic healing. And I told him, I said, buddy, your marketing number 2 is a problem. Your number 2 guy in marketing, there's an issue there. So what do you want to do? And he's like, how do you know that? And I was like, well, I just scanned your company, and that's what I found is that, your marketing number 2 is a problem. So what do you want to do? Do you want him to stay? Do you want him to go? See, there are certain decisions that you have to take as a business person. Suppose the person has certain skills and you want that person to stay, but there are some problems. So you can do something to help him calm down and to improve. If you want the person to go, then we can help in pranic healing with that also. Suppose you have employees who are non-productive, they're not leaving, you want them to go. There will be ways to make them go in a nice way, where they may say, acha, babu, my son is calling me to the village, or I'm going to go to the village and I'm going to do farming. So it's not in a nasty kind of way. It's a way in which works for everybody. See, that's the beauty of pranic healing, is that even if someone goes away from your life, they go away in a manner where they're in a better position and you're also in a better position. So that's the beauty of a spiritual school. Okay, someone's asking, cleaning chakras will help to be pain-free. Yes, it will. So you're talking to somebody who had asthma, had a spine which was degenerating very fast because of taking cortisones for most of my life. I had about 15, 20 severe medical problems, and I don't have any of them right now. I'm about 40. This body is about 48 years old, and it has more energy and more health now than I had when I was 20. So yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Okay, so with that we will let's close. Yes.
I have a question. Blessings should always be followed after meditation, or without meditation people can bless the wishes?
Very good question, Sunitra. You can definitely bless your wishes, or you can, like we were saying, that you can bless your client or your employer or whatever it is, whoever it is, you can bless them without doing meditation. So you don't need to do meditation to do the blessing. Okay, the beauty of Twin Hearts is that it just puts everything together, but what we're trying to get you to do really is to bless. Okay, because when you open your heart and you bless, that's when things will really start to move. So you can bless things anytime, anywhere. Like suppose, for example, you're out somewhere and you see something happening that is not nice, you can just bless the 2 people that are involved. Or if that's fine. You can just bless anyone, anytime. You can bless your wishes 5 times a day. If you have the time for it, go for it. So we call this the shortcut Twin Hearts meditation, where you be aware of you pray, you be aware of your heart, you be aware of your crown, you bless. That's it. You're done. 1 minute, 2 minutes. You can do it a couple of times a day if you want. That's okay. The important thing is to bless. Okay. Yeah, Prabha.
Can you repeat that technique once again? missed it completely.
So you basically pray. So you think of God or whoever you wish to, the divine powers. You can, the second step would be you can connect your tongue to palate if you want. You can open your heart. So be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown, and bless your wishes. Bless them for as long as you want, and then let go. It's just really shortcut twin hearts. Now, this is not a replacement for the full twin hearts, okay, guys? It doesn't have the same power as the full twin hearts. Just be aware of that. Why is that? Why does it not have the same power? Because, you know, a prayer by somebody who is God realized, by someone who is self realized, the power in that prayer is different from the prayer, from the power of the prayer of you and me. So that's why when we do twin hearts and we do it in master's voice, sometimes people say, you know, we don't understand the language, we don't understand the accent. And I always tell people, just tune into the energy. It is the energy that is going to help you. Okay. So it's not a replacement for the full twin hearts, but yeah, if you don't have time someday and you have to go somewhere or you have an important meeting and you just want to do a quick one, be aware of your crown, be aware of your heart, bless the earth. You can add a few steps if you want. You can chant Om 3 times. You can do the rooting if you like. You can bless your client if you like. So again, these are a series of techniques. You know, Twin Hearts meditation is just a series of techniques. Now you can pick any one of them and use them. But yeah, the whole package is what makes it, you know, powerful. Does that answer your question?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Just now you said you scanned the second person and that person was not doing well. I mean, what did you scan?
Which person was? Sorry, I missed that.
For someone's business.
The marketing guy.
Marketing
Oh,
guy.
yeah. So what was the question?
So what did you scan to know that that person was not right?
I scanned the chakras of the business.
Scan the chakras of the business.
Yeah, I treated the business, you know, I looked at the business entity and I scanned all the departments. And when I scanned the departments, then I checked. So the chakras have are you a pranic healer, Shraddha?
Yeah, I'm a Arahatic yogi. Yeah.
Okay, great. So the chakras have petals, and every petal has a different function.
Yes.
So depending on which petal you scan and what you are aware of, you can tell where exactly the problem is. So sometimes you want to do a very, very beautiful healing for somebody, you can actually clean every chakra. You can work on every petal in the chakra. So if someone has a certain problem, you can scan the separate petals, and then you'll know exactly which petal has a problem, and you can do the pranic healing treatment on that particular petal also.
Okay, you'll be putting the protocol for business healing in the group, right?
Not in the group, but I will definitely share it with you after checking that you are a pranic healer. I can't put it in the group because there are many people in the group who are not healers.
Okay, fine.
So can I add here, Sheetal? Look, I also found you on a Facebook because someone recommended your name because you're very, very good at business healing. I do not know whether you remember me or not. I spoke to you around 2 months back. I'm Naina from Delhi.
Okay, yeah. Hi, Naina.
So, I mean, just one request. I mean, if you can actually have one session for us, you know, where, I mean, you can teach us how can we actually work on the businesses of people. I'm also a Kriya Shakti done and Arahatic yogi as well. Okay. So, but yes, these are some techniques that I think and I know that you specialize in. And because abhi to koi courses bhi nahi ho rahe and all that. So...
Yeah, I specialize in them because I am basically a finance graduate, and I have done business for 25 years. I have also worked with companies, about 7 or 8 industries I have worked in, and I'm a graduate of the Wharton School of Business. So I understand this at a very granular level. So that's why, you know, that's why I'm able to also specialize in it, because I understand it at the physical level as well as at the energetic level. So yeah. So yeah, we can.
Because I've been trying to chase you since December, and but I actually managed to spoke to you. I mean, 2.5 months back. But I mean, that was so good that you only messaged me back saying that yeah, I missed your message.
We try, you know, we try our best to be available for everyone. But at some point, I have a family and I have a life, and so sometimes it just
I know, I understand. So I mean, because you know, when I mean, this is just like that. You know, these days everybody is dealing with so much of financial issues. And I mean, if we can have a session and we all can send you certificate. Actually, I've sent my certificate already to Kunal, but I can
Yeah,
resend it.
even I've done that. I've sent my certificate to him, and this is actually my daughter's iPad. My name is Simi. My daughter's name is Shraddha. It's her iPad.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you think that it's doable, I do not know what is the protocol you guys have to follow from World Pranic Center to do such sessions. I have no clue about it.
So we
But
can make review sessions. So I have somebody saying, okay, make it a session where basic pranic healing graduates can participate. Okay, fine. We'll keep that in mind. So maybe this week,
because
next week we'll plan a session where we'll have a business healing and we'll open it up to basic pranic healers, because I think the others already know which colors they can use, and if they don't, then
Yeah.
then they need to review advanced pranic healing with me.
we don't mind even that doing that online, Sheetal, if you guys can do it. Because
I will.
my journey has been very quick in this. I mean, I went to a meditation, like you said, no, master ki awaaz nahi samajh mein aati and all that. My reaction was also like that.
I was
But
also
I
like
had
that.
no
Okay, that's
clue.
why I know.
But will you believe that in 3.5, 4 months, I finished all my levels till Kriya Shakti. My journey was so quick. I mean, master ने मेरे को पकड़ लिया कि अब तो वापस जाना ही नहीं है. So you have entered this auditorium now. You have to do everything, and of course, my life has changed after that. I would not say I'm a very, very different person. But yes, there are a few things which we can actually, do it with you. I mean, if you, I mean, I don't know. Still, I don't know what are the rules you get it from World Pranic India, and there how
We
I
have a
mean,
lot of
if
rules.
there is some session. I mean, if there are any session where we can submit you our certificates and you can take some sessions for us.
Yeah, we can do a business healing session, and yeah, we require certificates, but yes, we can have practice sessions for people who have already done the workshops. We are right now not permitted to conduct the workshops online, which I hope IIS will change its mind, but till they don't, we cannot conduct the workshops. But that said, if there's anyone who's really keen, if you buy the basic pranic healing book, which is called The Ancient Science and Art of Pranic Healing, it's available on Kindle, it's available on Amazon.
We have it. We have it.
Nothing prevents anybody who has not done the workshops from practicing, just FYI. So Master made it very clear. The reason why we like to teach it in a workshop is because there are a lot of things that need explanations. There are a lot of things that need clarification. So that's why it's recommended that you do take a workshop at the earliest possibility in whichever country you may be in. But you can just open up the book and practice. So that's an option. Okay. So shall we close the session?
Thank you.
Okay, so let's close our eyes. Let's be grateful to the Supreme God, to Master Chua for his wonderful techniques, for his simple techniques, for making things so easy and so simple for us. Thank you to the great ones for helping us to remember, to practice, to know, to remember, to practice, and to master these techniques. We thank you for your divine blessings. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Thank you for helping all our wishes come true, all the wishes that we have written on the piece of paper, and all the wishes that we will write in the future. We thank you. Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.